Hi all. Okay, so in a previous video we moved these lights up here. I did have them down there. It was easy to install down here, but they kept getting pushed back. So these turned out good. But they came with their own wiring harness, and real easy to hook up. It's all just kind of like a plug and play thing. But they quit working after about 6 months or so, and I tracked it down to the fuse. It kept blowing the fuse. So I'm not an electrician, I don't know why, but I'm thinking it's just something's wrong with the wiring, right? So I'm just gonna rewire the whole thing. So the wires that go back to the lights, that's all my own wire. I had to extend it so it would reach back there. So those wires are already there. That's no big deal. It's just hot and a cold wire running underneath the truck all the way to the back. And then up here I'm going to have to run another wire into the dash to hook up a bigger toggle switch. See, I want to hook up this toggle switch, and I got another relay. I'm thinking that's what went bad, was the relay. I might be able to just unplug the relay that came with it and plug this one in. I haven't really looked at it. Where is it at? It's in there, so it's right here. Looks like it fell out. Huh. I wonder if that's what happened. The relay fell out. Okay, so there's no power going to it. So let's see here. That probably would plug into there. But I want to put that bigger toggle switch in. And I know I looked at the wires on their switch. The wires are so small, I won't be able to work with them. See, there's no way I could, those wires inside that thing would be so small. But I also just want to put in another toggle switch for the lights, because that thing, late at night plowing, fooling around with this, I just don't want to deal with it. So okay, so I think we discovered the problem. The relay fell out. Okay, so I found the relay. I got it zip tied to a wire here. So if I plug this in and pull, there's no way that it could fall out by itself. Okay, so the first step is drill drilling a hole for the new toggle switch. Okay, so I got it marked the best I can, so it kind of lines up with the other one here. And I'm going to put it on this side. When I put this up, there's plenty of room. It's not going to hit the fuses here. I got a 1/2-inch bit. It's just a little big, but I think that's okay. It's a nice new sharp bit, so it'll make a clean hole. Don't break the dash, right, Ma? Don't break the dash. I think I'll make a small hole first. Huh? Okay, since I'm working on the wiring, I'm going to disconnect the negative terminal. I put a string on this thing because I dropped it a couple times. I got tired of hunting for it. Wrap this up so it can't accidentally make a contact. Okay. There's the old one. Okay, so this is the one that goes into the dash. I'm going to need a step ladder. Okay, so I'm going to make my wire to go into the dash. I'm going to measure how many feet I need here. So, about 2 feet there. 2 feet. 2 feet. All that 5 feet. 2, 5. And then how much to get up under the dash? I'd say at least 3. So we'll call 4. 2, 5, and 4. 2, 5, and 4. So that's 11. Okay, so I got the wire here. Let's see. This is a 12 gauge, made in the USA. So I'm going to go 12, just so I have enough. For this stuff. Don't buy the real thin stuff. I bought it because it was cheap, and this stuff's a pain to work with. This stuff's a real pain to work with. Too small. Can't get the wire in it. Okay, so here's the wire from the battery. Goes into the fuse, 30 amp fuse, and then I'm going to connect it to this wire here. Okay, so I guess I should solder that, huh? Okay, so I got that soldered. So that goes into the dash, into the toggle switch. Okay, before I lose it, I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. Okay. Okay, so just so you can follow this, comes out of the battery, goes into the fuse, runs along this cable, goes along the back and down through the hole. Okay, so that new cable that I just ran runs down that hole over here. If you go back and look at some of my other videos, you can see that hole. I think when they put the plow in, they must have made a hole in the firewall there. It's a good 2-inch hole. Okay, so I taped this wire to it and then just pulled it through with the old wire. I think the wiring was fine, but that button, that's just too small. And then we got the new wire here. These here, there's a little notch here at the bottom. So when you put this on, see it says off. It says off there at the bottom. So that can only go on one way. Okay, so I went ahead and screwed it on. I tape it up so it won't jiggle loose. And I guess I'm good to go here. Okay, so just so you can follow this, it comes out of the battery through this cable into the switch, the toggle switch, with the red wire. Then it comes out of the toggle switch back over here and then this one goes into 86. And then I need a ground wire, 85 to ground. Okay, so, and here's my ground, goes right to the battery. This goes to 85. So I'm just going to go ahead and wire it here. Okay, so then the black wire comes back, and then I need a ground, 85 to ground. Here's my ground to the battery. I'm just going to use one of these things. Okay, so I just took one of those old spades I crushed. I took it apart, just put that wire in there and crimped it down. So that's the ground, goes back to battery, that goes on number 85. Should have kept the plastic on it. Probably can't get that through there now, so I'll just tape it up. Okay, so this is the main power. This comes off the battery, positive, goes into a 30 amp fuse, and then runs along this cable, along there, inside to the toggle switch, and then comes back out of the toggle switch, then comes back the same way, and goes into pin 86 here. Pin 86 on the relay. And then pin 85 comes off here and goes right to the ground of the battery. So some people say grounded to the battery, some people say grounded to the body. I read one comment, the fella said it doesn't matter because it all goes to the same spot anyways. So I read one comment that said a good ground to the body, presuming you don't have any rust and stuff like that. So I got a pretty rusty truck, I just put everything on the battery. Hopefully it'll work. And then to the lights. This is the main power that goes to the lights. Comes off the battery positive, goes into pin 30, and then comes out of pin 87. And these two hot wires go to the two back lights. This runs down along the frame to the back lights. And then the two negative cables come off the lights, come back the same place, come into here, and I just got them connected to the battery here. Okay. So I don't know if both of these fuses are necessary, but I went ahead and put a fuse on both of them. So here I'll go ahead and connect this negative terminal here, and we'll tighten this up. Hopefully I won't short out the truck. Of course I'm going to have to zip tie all these wires. This here, this is the one that goes to the two back lights, and it's pretty heavy wire, so it makes it to the back. So I put those rings on there and I screwed it together with a screw. That's kind of odd, but at least then I can take it apart if I have to for some reason. Okay, so the only thing I have to do is put a fuse in here, and then we'll know. Okay, so now we should go in and hit the toggle switch and the lights should come on. Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Yeah, it's on.
Both of them? Okay, success. Now we'll just see how long they last. Okay, thanks for watching. See ya. Okay, so we're talking about these relays. You can think of this as two separate systems, and that's what they're showing you here. This is one system, and then this would be the other system. So 86 and 85 work together, and then 30 and 87 work together. Okay, so they're numbered down here: 30 and 87, 86 and 85. There's different types of relays. That's why they have the 87A there. We don't need 87A. Okay, so what I did was I broke that up into two sheets so it's a little easier to see what's going on. See, this side is 86 and 85, and then this side is 30 and 87. So here's the car battery. Here's the 4 tires. Here's the back lights. This is the front of the truck. This is the back of the truck. Here's the toggle switch. Off on this side, on that side. Okay, so to wire up 86 and 85, take a line off the positive battery into a fuse. I think they usually say 40 amp fuse. I went with a 30. And then that goes into the input of the toggle switch. And then the output of the toggle switch comes back over to 86. And then the output of the toggle switch comes back over to 86. Now this is the part that confused me. That's a lot of wire. You're going from the battery into the dash, and then back out of the dash and into 86. And then pin 85 just goes over to the ground. Okay, so that's 86 and 85. Okay, so that's the easy one, right? Out of the positive battery, into a fuse, input on the toggle, output of the toggle, and then into 86. And then just ground 85. Ground it on the battery or ground it on the truck frame. Okay? And then the other system is 30 and 87. That would be here, 30 and 87. Okay? So here again, come out of the positive battery. I went into a fuse here and then into 30. Going into 30, I saw one video, the fellow said that's pretty much, well, a standard. And then come out of 87 and then split it. One power line goes to the light, the second power line goes to the other light, and then there's 2 grounds. One comes out of this light, one comes out of this light, goes to the negative on the battery. And there again too, these grounds could just go to the truck frame. I ran them right to the battery. Okay, so what happens is when the truck is off, there's always power going from positive terminal up to the toggle switch, and from positive terminal up to 30. Even when the truck is off, because we have it wired directly to the battery. Okay? So when the truck is off, there's always power going on this 10 feet of cable up to the toggle switch, and on this small cable up to pin 30. Okay? So what happens when you flip the toggle switch from off to on, see here we turn the toggle switch on, there's that little switch inside the relay. You've probably watched some videos where they show you the inside of the relay flipping back and forth. That makes the connection inside the relay. Right? It turns on the power here, flips that little switch inside the relay, and that allows the power to go from 30 to 87 and out to the lights. Okay? So when you flip the toggle switch on, sends power to the relay into 86, flips that little switch inside the relay. It makes the connection inside the relay by flipping that little switch, and that allows the power to go from 30 to 87 and out to the lights. Okay, so that's 30 to 87. Okay, so I hope that helps. See ya. Bye. Hi all. Okay, I thought we'd do a quick video on what these lights look like at night. Okay, so there's the rear lights. Okay, so there's the rear lights. I think I'll probably point them down more because I'm lighting up the whole yard over there. I just want to point down and light up the driveway behind me. Okay, so that's pretty good there. They aren't pointing straight back. They're kind of angled. They're kind of angled just a little bit. See how they're hitting here? That's why I wanted to put them up on a pedestal. Like if they were a few inches off the bed, it would probably work better. But I think they're good there. Let's see what they look like from inside the truck. Okay, so there's a picture from like my eye level. See, there's without the light. This camera's supposed to do pretty good in the dark, so even if it's low light, it should still pick it up a little bit. And then there's with the lights. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.